Hi, my name's Melissa. I'm 22 years old and I work at MD Injury Care and I am a doctor's assistant.
Hi.
So the first question is, where were you when you were my age?
You're 19, right?
Yeah.
When I was your age, I was living at my house, being a teenager. I had 2 jobs. I worked in the day. I went to my job at a builder's company where I was the assistant. And then I'd go to school after. And then after that, I would go work at Dick's Sporting Goods till like 10:30. That was my life when I was 19.
That's all you did?
Well, I had a car, got my own car, and then I'd go out sometimes. Never late because we have strict parents. Yeah, that didn't do much actually. That's about it, I think.
School?
What about it?
What did you do?
I went and took an interior design course, and that was awesome because I love to do that. And yeah, that's what I did.
And what are you doing now?
Right now, I am working at a medical clinic, physical therapy. That's what I'm doing.
What was one of the biggest challenges you faced in your life so far?
Biggest challenges?
Yeah.
I think finding myself and finding what I want to do. I think when you're at the age, when you're like, out of high school and everything, you kind of feel like you have so many things expected of you, and you kind of try to like make sure that like, okay, people expect these things from me. I want to try to achieve this. And sometimes it's really hard when you can't. But then you start and you grow a little bit more into yourself. You become a little bit more of an adult mentality. And then you're like, oh, hey, that's not what it's about. It's never gonna be enough to impress anyone. Or everyone's always in talk. Things like that. You know what I mean?
And have you found what you want to do, or?
Honestly, no. No, I don't know. I like to do a lot of things, so I don't know. I mean, yeah, I have no idea. I know what I want. I know what I want to do. So yeah.
And would you say you're successful with life so far?
Sometimes I feel like I'm not, but then I see all these things, how social media is. You kind of see all these things and you're like, oh well, I'm not doing as bad as other people, which is not good, right? Because people shouldn't judge other people or whatever, but you kind of it kind of leaves you oh, I'm doing so much better, and it makes you appreciate what you have and yeah, where you are in life. I mean, I still have a lot that I want to achieve, but it doesn't mean that if it's not my time, it's not my time. It'll come when it comes.
What is stopping you from achieving your goals?
Myself.
Why?
Fear. I think we all face fears that we're not going to be good at something. But like I said, we can't live our life being scared. We have to go out there. We have to do things. We have to be courageous and go out and kind of do whatever it is that we think is going to make us happy or what we want to achieve. And once we do it, obviously that makes us go okay, I was able to do this, then I'm going to do that, and it's going to just go up and up and up. If you want to go and lose weight or whatever, you're going to find a way, and once you achieve that, you're going to be like, oh my god, I lost that weight, okay, now I can lose more or whatever. Things like that. You can be like, oh, I want to buy my car by myself. You go and you buy your car and you're like, oh my gosh, I bought my car, I'm paying off my car, and then you see things like that and you're like, oh, well now I want this car. And then you're going to work for it and you're going to achieve your goal of getting the other car. Yeah.
What do you hope to do in the future?
In the future, I hope to live happy and live a long life.
What do you mean by happy? What will make you happy?
Make me happy? Ooh, good question, Sadie. What would make me happy? What would make me happy is I feel like your happiness starts with being happy with yourself. and the way that you are living your life, the way you're appreciating things. There's nowadays, like, we have social media and we have like all these things that, I mean, because I feel like it happens to everyone. Like I mentioned earlier, like someone could be higher than you in a certain thing and you're like, well, why can't I have that? When you become comfortable with yourself and the way that you live and your life and everything, I feel like that's when you are like, okay, if you turn the switch and you're like, this is my life, I'm gonna live my life the way that I want my life to be lived, and it'll all work out and that will make you happy. So once you're happy with yourself, I feel like you're always gonna be happy. Everything's gonna be fine for you. So I think that to me would make me happy. Once you slowly start finding yourself, and if I continue to be like, okay, this is my life, this is the way that things are gonna go for me. If I want something, I'll achieve it, I'll try for it. I feel like that's my happiness. When I have, it doesn't have to necessarily be materialistic. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a certain thing, but once you're mentally stable, you're mentally okay, you're mentally there within yourself with the way that you are, happy. So that's, me, happy.
If you were to change something in your life from the past, what would it be?
Oh my god!
Just one thing.
No, not just one thing. A lot of things. But you can never go back. That's the other thing. You can never go back. So whatever happened to you happened. Whatever happened to me happened. And I am the person that I am because of that. So I wouldn't change anything, actually.
Okay.
Live your life however you please. Whatever you want to do, do it. If you don't, I'm 22, dude. I don't know what I want to do. I'm sitting here living my life. I'm fine. I'm happy. There's still things that I'm like, God, I wish I had, whatever I wish I did. No. Like, you focus on you. You do what you want. You ignore what everyone else has to say about you. If someone's talking about you, if you think in your, or whatever, if someone's saying that, you know, you're not doing something right, in the sense of like, to make them happy, I guess. If you are not as pretty as another person, if you don't have what another person has, if you're not as smart as another person, if someone else goes to school and you can't afford it, if, I don't know, if you want to do something that someone else is doing, don't worry about it. If it's not for you, it's not for you. If it is, it is. If you want it, go out and achieve it. But don't ever, ever try to live or impress other people. You should live your own life. You should do what you want to do. If, I don't know, if you want to go eat 40 tacos and still be fit, go and do it. I don't know, like, that's what I would give. Don't stress out. Don't get too much in your mind. It's super common for people to have anxiety and depression at our age, and it's honestly, it's pointless. I've been through it, and it's just like, now that I look at it, I'm like, dude, I wouldn't wish that upon anyone, but it's gonna happen to some people. But the only way to get out of it is either, number one, go ahead and get therapy if it's that necessary. Number two, it's because you put yourself in a position where you want to be like someone, or you want to impress people, or things like that, and you just shouldn't. That's not like a way to live. If it's like has to do with like your grades, things like that, we'll keep studying, obviously, because that's the only way. It's not just gonna magically come up in your brain one day and be like, oh, there you go. But yeah, just keep studying, live your life, do you. I mean, I don't know what else I could say. I mean, yeah, live your life.
Okay, those are all the questions I have for you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well, welcome.